morning to one and all. Greetings for the day to all the delegates of the national webinar on role of biometrics in database. In the very COVID period of 19, we are dedicated to keep you all connected with the flow of webinars, throwing light on diverse concepts, enriching the content with renowned resource persons. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome the resource person Dr. Chandrakant, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Applications, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra, Haryana. Role of biometrics in database, a topic with practical and technical approach. The depth of the working of this biometric system is very interesting and important for each one of us to know how secure our data is in the database. In this area of digital India, we have been benefited with its uses and varied applications. But at the very outset, we have to be aware of our acts and actions, keeping the identity safe. This session will drive you throughout and make you aware of how even taking selfies can get you into trouble, and also the problems associated with biometric database. Availability, integrity, authenticity, confidentiality, and so on. Hoping that you will have much more to take away from this webinar. I, Dr. D. Hanagandavan, Principal, KD Society, JC College of Commerce, Hubballi, once again welcome the resource person and distinguished delegates to this webinar. Wishing you all a safe stay. Namaste.
Greetings to all the delegates present here for the national webinar on the role of biometrics in database. Amidst this tough scenario of COVID-19, we are up with such topics in room to get accustomed with this new normal. I, Dr. Alstein Victor Kurati, Head of the Department of Computer Science and Applications, KLE Society's JG College of Commerce, Hubballi, hereby introduce you the speaker of the day, Dr. Chandrakant, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Applications, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra, Haryana. It gives me an immense pleasure to introduce this gentleman whose expertise is invaluable. He is a graduate in science in the field of electronics with a specialization from Kurukshetra University. Therein continued with his Masters in Information Technology in the same university and achieved post-graduation in the year 1998. And further completed his MTech in Computer Science in the year 2001 from Guru Jambeshwar University, Hisar. His interest grew keenly in the areas of biometrics and its applications, thereby compelling him to have completed his PhD in computer science with his topic, that is biometrics security, in the year 2010 in the month of April from Kurukshetra University, Haryana. Throwing some light on his very noted achievements, he bagged the National Excellence Award, Education of the Year 2017 by the National Institute of Education and Research, New Delhi. Worldwide Impact Award, Education Star of the Year 2019 by National Institute of Education and Research, New Delhi. He is a treasurer of the Kurukshetra University Teachers Association in the current year. He is a deputy officer in charge at the Department of Horticulture and Sanitation, Kurukshetra University since 2017. He is a noted researcher and has authored and published numerous papers in highly reputed journals like Scopus, many others, with 306 citations. He is into this field of teaching since 16 years, both in the UG as well as PG streams, respectively. It's very challenging to describe his accomplishments and various life stones in a nutshell. Making way for the most awaited knowledge session ahead in the role of biometrics in database, it is very connecting session taking you to the tour of biometrics and its applications. I hope this session will give you maximum knowledge about the actual functioning of biometrics and where all it is applicable. And hoping for a hope stay and a peaceful stay and a blessed day ahead, I wish you a very wonderful day ahead. Thank you.
Yes, I am really very happy and feeling honored to become part of this national level webinar organized by JG College of Commerce, Hubli, Karnataka. First of all, I would like to thanks all the organizers of this webinar, especially Mr. Dr. D.V. Hongavar, the principal of JG College of Commerce, and the head of department computer science, Mr. Elston Victor, and all other faculty member of JG College for inviting me for this webinar. Myself, Dr. Chandrakant, uh, from the Department of Computer Science, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra. I am going to discuss about the role of biometric database in today's world. Uh, there are a number of problems associated with the biometric database, like maintaining the huge biometric database, matching time, because there are a number of records, and these records are not in text format. These records are basically in the picture format. So there are lot of time required for these type of access. Biometric data has no natural ordering. Matching should be fast for a real-time system, and different security issues in the biometric database. So for security issues, there are mainly four aspects. These are availability, authenticity, integrity, confidentiality. Availability means data should be available at all time, and the genuine users could access these type of data. Authenticity means it is a well-aware term. Authenticity that need to ensure that the data has been edited by an authorized source, need to be confirmed that source accessing the systems are who they are, um, authentic user, genuine user. Need to verify that any outbound data is going to be expected receiver. Integrity. Need to verify that all input data is accurate and verifiable. Need to ensure that the data is following the correct workflow. So these type of terms are required for the authenticity of data, for the security of data. Confidentiality means data should be protected and confidence. There should be some security mechanism that provided at the user end as well as at the DB end, so that our data should be well confidence. There should be a confidence built up between the admin part and the user part, and it should be total secure. So these are about the database terminologies. Now, as you know, different technology identification are there in our computer system, or you can say in our in our areas, that what we know, what we have, and what we are basically. What we know means there are password, PIN, and what we have means there are cards, we have some keys. But the biometric, what is biometric means what we are. What we are. And some problems are also associated, means what we know, these problems are, we can forget. And some key features of the biometrics have, means we don't have to keep or memorize anything. So these are the pictorial representation of a biometric system. So biometric system, these are the modules, some modules, sensor module, feature extracted module. Then after the enrollment process, it is stored in the database. And at the time of verification, the sensor module capture the user and it match with the database. And when the database template and the user template are matched, the decision is yes. So our focus, totally focus on this database of the biometric system. In the enrollment process, how the database is consist with our biometric templates. First of all, I think in the today's college or university level, there are biometric devices are deployed for identification of person, for attendance system. But when a attendance system is there, it will work only when the user is first enrolled. When the user is first enrolled, its trait will be stored in the system database. So this is the representation, this is the pictorial representation that how the system database consists. After the database, the system can be put either in verification or in identification. Verification is a one-to-one process, and identification, it is one-to-many process. Verification, for example, when you are operating your mobile, in mobile there is single template, and from outward you are again giving us one template when one-to-one matching. And during the identification, there is a one-to-n matching. For example, your attendance system in our school or colleges means in the biometric device, it is operated in identification mode. In the database, there are number of templates, and from outward, you are putting one template. This one template is matching towards the different store templates in the database. There are number of challenges in our biometric field. One is accuracy, security, and the last one is privacy. Accuracy. Number of times the biometric system gives the unexpected result. Means sometime a authentic user fails to capture, and sometime a false user, means that is an intruder, it is falsely accepted by the machine. So both are dangerous. False match and false non-match. So in the previous slide, I have shown the biometric, this is biometric modules, sensor module, feature extractor module, matcher module, database, and decision. So these are again the modules, and there are number of attack points in a biometric system. Sensor module, feature extractor module, matcher module, database module, application devices, the channel between the matcher module and the application devices. There are 8 attack points. We will discuss the security as well as the efficiency at the database templates of the biometric device. These are the 8 attack points of a biometric system. Now, how an attacker could attack the system, I have just demonstrated with the help of a short video. See. This is a video that you cannot imagine that an attacker can attack your database, your system. This is a there is a lady that pointing, that is creating her selfie by in this pose, and now see. So we have seen that the attacker has captured the image, the biometric image of the fingerprint from the picture, and he has created the dummy fingerprint and could access the system. So this is also an attack, and this is called a sensor level attack. Privacy. Privacy is the basically means how your biometric data are privately stored and how they are not accessible on other platform. For example, when you get a mobile number, any SIM card of a mobile, you are always have to ask the Aadhaar card of um, any person in this country, and when you are giving your Aadhaar card, are you sure that Aadhaar card is only accessible for the purpose of your this SIM card, nowhere else? When you are giving the Aadhaar card, the copy of Aadhaar card at your bank account, are you sure it is accessible only to this bank account, nowhere else? Means other person can also able to access your Aadhaar card from these shop or from bank. This is called the privacy of your biometric traits. Now, come to the point, the database. As I already told that in the biometric database, the data is not stored in your text format. It is stored in the pictorial representation. And no doubt the pictorial representation, then it means it is not in a proper order. If it is in data as a text, we can make it in ascending order or descending order, means proper arrangement could be there. But for the pictorial representation, no order could be followed. It is a random. So there is an approach for efficient database of biometric devices. What is that? First, I would like to see you this slide. I have created a database, an efficient database for a fingerprint system. A fingerprint could be either loop or arch or whirl. I will discuss this part later on in my slide. First, keep in mind that a fingerprint is always categorized as 4 different parts: left loop, right loop, arch, and whirl. So, I store the template in my database as different parts: left loop, right loop, arch, and whirl. Now see, during the enrollment process, the fingerprint of the same category, suppose it is left loop, then it will store in the left loop. See, it is on the topmost part. If it is right loop, then it will goes to the right loop section. If it is whirl, it will go to the whirl. If it is arch, then it will store in the arch area of the database. During the identification process, when we try to match, it will match to the corresponding section of the database. The database is divided into 4 sections. So accordingly, my efficiency will be increased by 4 times. Here is a simple mathematic apply that my efficiency is increased approximately to the 4 times. This is the speed of factor I have calculated with the simple mathematics. So this is the case how we increase the database. This is the your theoretical representation. This is the theory of that how the database could be increased by having the simple mathematics. This is the efficient database for biometric system. We have taken the 4 section of the database beside a total database, and during the identification we have divided it. We have choose the same section of the divided database, and the efficiency is increased by 4 times. Now, smart database. Smart database means, for example, I have shown previous that there is a database attack. The attacker could access the database and it may use your fingerprint or any other trait template for unauthorized access. So here the picture comes with smart database. How smart database works. There is a term in the biometric that is cancelable biometric. Cancelable biometric. See, what is cancelable biometric? This is cancelable biometric. In the cancelable biometric, we store the template, biometric template, not in original form, but in some transform way. We apply some hashing function to the templates, and after applying the hashing function, the image is little bit distorted, and this distorted image is stored in the database. For example, see, this is the original image. Original image, we apply a cancelable process. Cancelable after applying the change. I think you are able to find the change. See this picture and see this picture. There is a change. This is the same way when in MS Word there is a picture and we drag the picture to this direction or to this direction. This is also a transformation image. But you should know that to which amount you are dragging the picture to width and to which direction you are dragging to height wise. This is another image, and this is distorted, and after distortion we get the distorted image too. Now we stored the distorted image in the database rather the original image. So because when the intruder trying to attack on the database, it will get only the distorted image, and with this distorted image he cannot do anything. Your original templates are quite safe. You know the hashing function, and by using this hashing function you can able to extract the original image. But intruder, the attacker, never know the hashing function. So this is the pictorial representation. See, the green lines are for enrollment purpose, and these orange lines are for verification. During the enrollment, the user enroll, then template generation, and after template there is a transformation, and this transformation, after applying this transformation, the distorted image will be stored in the database template, and this is known as CFERD template database. During this process of verification or identification, again, now see, this transformation is applied. This transformation and this transformation are the same. The transformation applied, and after applying the transformation, this template will be compared. If yes, then it will verify, otherwise it will not verify. So this is a smart database for biometric devices. So there are two terminologies we have discussed: the smart database and this was your efficient database. Now again, now we come to the biometric technologies, different biometric technologies which are gaining the more and more popularity nowadays. Do you know which technology, which biometric traits are using very high rate, at very high rate nowadays? These are, no doubt your question will be fingerprint. Your question will be fingerprint. Your answer will be fingerprint. Your question in mind, it will be fingerprint. Your answer will be fingerprint. But why? Do you think the fingerprint is good among these biometric technologies? No. Iris and retina are the most secure biometric technologies as compared to fingerprint. Now, question arises in your mind is that if the iris and retina are the most secure, then why we use fingerprint? Its answer is that the fingerprint has very high acceptability with respect to iris and retina. Now, what is this acceptability? Acceptability means how easy to use this trait by the people. People are very much comfortable with fingerprint biometric as with iris or retina, because during the iris or retina, a laser light will scan your eye, and it is not healthy for your eyes when it will scan daily. For example, your attendance system, you have to use the daily. So if it is a laser light, it will scan your eye and it may damage your eye. So we use fingerprint. So technologies are fingerprint, facial recognition, voice recognition, iris, retina, hand geometry, signature. These are the commonly used biometric technologies. This is the pictorial representation of these traits. Now, these traits are also divided into two parts basically: physical characteristics and behavioral characteristics. Physical characteristics means which are associated permanently with your body. These are fingerprint, hand geometry, face, retina, iris, etc. And behavioral means which are associated with the behavioral of your body. For example, signature, voice, keystroke, your gait. Gait means how you walk. These are behavioral characteristics. And physical characteristics, these are mentioned here. Now, come to the point, the acceptability. I have already discussed the acceptability of fingerprint is very high. Now, these are the quality of a biometric traits: universality, uniqueness, permanence, collectability, acceptability, and circumvention. Universality means everyone should have these traits. Uniqueness means this biometric must be unique. Permanence means it should be permanent and invariant with respect to time. Collectability, it can be measured quantitatively. Acceptability, the people should be willing to accept it. Circumvention, it should not be easy to fool the system. See, this is a chart of biometric technologies and the biometric qualities. Now see, I have making the fingerprint, iris, and retina as highlighted. Now see, the uniqueness, permanence, performance of iris and retina with respect to fingerprint, these are very high. Okay, but acceptability of both iris and retina are low. Due to this quality, iris and retina are not used where the biometric devices are regularly used. But when the biometric devices are very sophisticated, deployed at some, you can say the defense system, the your at your airport. So there you will find that iris and retina will be there, because these type of system requires the tight security. Where the tight security are required, iris will be there. We will see in a later on in this slide advantages of using biometric. I think with this previous slide you may able to guess or questioning that what will the advantage of biometric. Means you nothing have to carry, you nothing have to memorize. These are difficult to copy, these are difficult to share, and provide more convenience to user. These are the some your biometric applications. Now, as the fingerprint has the high acceptability, we will discuss fingerprint as a primary biometric, our main biometric system, because it has high acceptability rate. We will discuss a little bit more about fingerprint. So, as we have discussed in the previous slide, the efficient biometric system, I have discussed that the database is divided into 4 categories: arch, loop, and whirl. Loop is further divided into 2 categories: left loop and right loop. Because the people approximately 65% people have the loop category. If you want to see your the structure of this thumb or any finger, it will either arch type or loop type or whirl type. What is the characteristics of these traits? See, carefully see. The arch, in the arch type, the ridges are entering to the one direction and exiting to the different section. Entering to one direction and exit to another direction by making like a speed breaker. You see, there is speed breaker type. Speed breakers. And in the loop, the ridges are entering to one direction and exiting to the same direction. Loop. The loop may be right loop or the loop may be left loop. This is a right loop because the ridges are entering to the right side and leaving towards the right side. What is the whirl? Whirl, the ridges are making the concentric circles. See, these are the concentric circles. See, what are the combination of these ridges? See, the ridges are this format on our fingerprint. Ridges ending, ridges bifurcation, and a small ridge. These are called the minute points, where the ridges are ending, where the ridges are bifurcation, where the ridges are a small ridge. This part and this part, these are called the minute points. See, we will always extract the minute points of our fingerprint, and after extracting the minute points, we are able to capture, we are able to extract the exact format of a fingerprint which is stored in the database. This is the feature extraction. Feature extraction means the measurable part of the image. So this is the process of capturing the minute point, capturing the measurable part of a fingerprint. Input image, then it is the ridges are extracted, then ridges are again thinned. It may be with the help of MATLAB. The ridges are again thin. Then after thin process, the minute points are extracted. These are the minute points. See in the picture. Biometric deformations. There are some problems associated with the biometric. Means you may have experience with the biometric devices in your life that sometime during when it is very hot or when it is very winter season, high winter, means in the month of January and hot in the month of June, the biometric devices sometimes reject you, even you are an authentic user. Then after putting some oil or putting some moisture, you are again giving your biometric to the system. Then it will be able to. It may be. It is not sure. You may be authorized. So these are called the deformation. Why the system rejects us? Even we are the authentic user. It is due to cold finger, dry finger, high or low humidity, angle of placement, pressure of placement, or cut marks on the fingerprint. So these are the deformations parameters of a biometric trait. These are the deformations for a fingerprint. These are the deformations for hand geometry. You may put your any jewelry, you may gain your weight or lose your weight. You may put some bandage or swelling of joints. Due to these, your the the structure of your hand geometry. This is a hand geometry. This all is a hand geometry. You put your full palm on the sensor. The sensor will then uh, measure this width, this width, this width, this width. These are the measurable units of this hand geometry. Deformations in iris. See, there are less number of deformations. Even you have eye flu or you may have contact lens, there will be no change in the iris pattern. It may be too much movement of head or eye. If you are moving your head more and more, then it may create problems. Wearing of glasses, your goggles or specs, it may cause problem. It may cause. It is not sure. Okay. Deformations in voice, cold or illness. If you feel if fever or you have some cold, then your voice get changed. You could not authenticate. You could not have the legitimate privileges for the biometric device. Different enrollment or capturing devices, speaking softly, variation in background noise means some background noise may affect your voice. I will show this in your very funny video in the next lecture, in the next presentation. Uh, and deformation signature. Signature, sometimes you see the bank may call you that your signature are not matched. Even I have experience, 2 times experience, that some my check get cancelled, my check get returned to me that your signature are not matched. It may vary according to time also. After 4 to 5 years, you may see that your signature are changed. People may not have the sign in a consistent manner too quickly, or you see sitting or standing position, your signature are got varies. See this video. This is the video that a person have a smart house. The everything it is the operated in his house by using voice, but due to a problem, its voice get changed. See. uh, Means this person has a smart house and having approximately all the functioning of the inner functioning of the house by using the voice biometric, but at on one day he has a little operation of with his teeth, and due to that he has some problem with his voice. Now see. So this is a problem associated, genuine problem associated with a smart house, associated with your voice traits. Now there is an again a further terminology that is in the biometric, that is multi-biometric system, means the combination of more than one trait, where the tight security, very high tight security is required. You may employ the multi-biometric system. I think you have seen number of movies, um, and Indian movies also. There is a Krish movie, and where the hero of that movie, uh, he make a mm, future machine, and this machine was totally secured by the multi-biometric system, with his heartbeat, with his palm print, with his sensor, with his, I think, DNA also. So these were also the voice command also. They, when all were authenticate the user, only then the user will access that machine. This is called the multi-biometric system. These are the source of multi-biometric system. First, in the first source, it is multiple instances. Multiple instances means the front pose, then the left pose, then the right pose. If they are um, fully matched, only then the user will get the access. In the second part, this is multiple biometric traits. It was a multiple instance. Multiple biometric traits means these are the different traits. Likewise, that movie, fingerprint, face, iris. These are the different modules. That's why it is called multi-modal biometric. These are called multi-modal biometric, and this whole is multi-biometric. Multi-modal biometric, it is a subset of multi-biometric. And these are the multiple units. Means you may have left thumb, right thumb, you may have left eye, right eye. Okay. When these have accessible in the multiple unit and the multiple instance, you may have the same sensor. You may use only one sensor. But in the multi-modal biometric, you have to use the different sensor. One sensor is for fingerprint, see in this picture. One sensor for face, another sensor is for iris. Okay, and these are associated with the sensor, multiple sensors. Okay, we will restrict only to this part, means multiple instance, multiple unit, and the multi-modal. Robust multi-modal recognition means by using the multi-modal, uh, we can show that it is the authenticate user. It could not be a fraud. These are the biometric applications. There are the number of applications where the biometric could be possible and could be have very great use, and it is used to automate the system in a very smart way. ATM, credit card, cellular phone, airport check-in, electronic banking, web access, network login, laptop data security. These are the number, or there are the number of use. Likewise, you see the today's phone, all the phone are biometric operated. There is no need for pattern remembers. There is no need for anything you want to carry. Simply put your finger on the back side of your phone. The phone will be unlocked. See, again a small video, the application of iris technology at the airport. So this is all about today's lecture. Thank you. Thanks to all of you. And thank you, the organization of the college, for inviting me. Thank you.